Good morning. Oh, maybe I could take my hair down, get my life together. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm still in my pajamas, as you could tell. And I was trying to file my nails. They're so gross, and I really need like a manicure or whatever it's called. And I really need to put some lotion on my face. I washed it last night. Hold on, let me get some lotion. Okay, so good morning everybody and welcome to Coffee Talk. For some of you it may be a while since you've seen a video. So to you I say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy almost New Year. I am gonna do date night tonight, and then that is the end of New Year's outings for the Sullivans. We are done. So there's that. Olivia and I had a great time yesterday. It was wonderful. We got to be with her best friend and her mom, and it was so nice. And I did embarrass her, but you know, that's my job. And I tell her all the time, this is the stuff you'll remember me. I know it sounds morbid, but it is. I want to talk about hyper independence. My girlfriend Jen and I had met for coffee the other day, and we were just talking about catching up. Like, how are you? How are things with the kids? How's the husband? Blah, blah, blah. And I was talking about one of the things that Michael and I talked about in marriage counseling. And one of the things that apparently hurts Michael's feelings or has hurt his feelings is when I say, are you kidding me? I'll take my kids and I'll leave. Like, no, I don't mean not tolerating bad people in my life. That's not hyper independence. I'm going to explain to you what it is. So I suffer from it bad, and I'll tell you where it stems from. So anyway, one of the things that I say or have said, not anymore, but the thing that I would, my go-to every time Michael and I would have a fight would be, are you kidding? I'll blow this popsicle stand. I'll take my kids and I'll leave. And I don't say it anymore. And also he doesn't pay attention to that anymore because he understands that it's a reaction. It's a reflex from emotional abandonment and trauma. So when you feel emotionally abandoned or experience emotional trauma as a child, you may suffer from hyper independence as an adult, where you live a life believing you don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. Even the people that want to show up for you, even the people that love you, the second you get a chance to let them know that you don't need them, you could be out. I'll dead this shit right now. And they're like, what? That is a trauma response. That's all that is. Okay? My name is Jamie, and I suffer severely from hyper independence. Come in. It's my nugget. You can tell by the nugget. If you're not here with my coffee girl, you're not here for me. Okay. If you're not here for my coffee girl, you're not here for me.
I'll be back.
That's what I thought. So, you know, I live with this hyper independence, and it is it manifests itself in unfortunately ways that hurt people who love us. The thing that you have to get honest with yourself about is, where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? Because if you can't...
Take your coffee, it's spilled on me.
It's not my fault you're a terrible waitress. Go wash your hand. Don't drink my coffee, dude.
Okay, what time is it?
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear that.
I need to
No,
know.
ma'am. No, you do not. You need to know right this second. And thank you for my coffee, boo. She thinks she's slick. Anyway, okay. So I tend to do this with friends. I'll tell you what I did. So not long ago, I was trying to text a friend, and I was texting her, and for about 3 days, she wasn't responding. And on day 3, I had created a scenario in my mind where she had an issue, and in that moment, I cut her off. Emotionally and mentally, I was done. It didn't matter what she was going to say to me after that. It didn't matter what explanation she was going to have. My trauma response was like, okay, I've reached out to you 2 or 3 times now. You haven't responded. I'm done. I don't know how to say, maybe they're going through something. Maybe they whatever. I'm not that chick. Oh, you can't. Done. Hyper independent. I don't need you or anybody else. I will do this shit by myself. Okay? Courtney was like, girl, take it down a notch, right? And Courtney also suffers from it, but she can recognize it in me. And that's the best part of our friendship, is we're both so dysfunctional that together we are function. We are dysfunctional separate, and anyway. So I want to tell you that I have lived this way for the majority of my life. And I want you to know it is not serving me. It lies to the little girl in me and says, that's right, you don't need anybody, you're okay, you're still the broken teenager watching your father come down the stairs in a body bag, having your whole life turned upside down, and in that moment you decided you don't need anybody. You'll never need anybody again. Well, that's just not real, okay? It's not real. It's not healthy. It's not the way God created us. It's not what he wants for us. He wants us to count on each other. He wants us to love each other. He wants us to show up. But he also wants you to let people show up. There is 2 parts of what we are called to do. It is not just love thy neighbor. It is let your neighbor love you. Otherwise, you are interfering with their calling. They cannot love you the way God has called them to do if you don't allow for that kind of love. I would be doing Michael a disservice on a biblical level and on like a, hey, like, can we kick it? Yes, we can level, if I don't allow that man to love me the way he has been called by his creator to love me. I am interfering with his calling. That is not fair, because he chose me as a life partner. A life partner. It's not like he can be out there trying to love other women, trying to fulfill that calling in other ways. Like, he can, but that shit is temporary, and he better not bring it to my house. So, if he has chosen me as his life partner, then if I love him as a Christian, which I do, I have got to enable him to love me the way God has called him to love his wife. And my hyper independence interferes with that all the time, because Michael wants to show up for me. He wants to protect me. He wants to provide safety for me. Even though he hurts me at times, he is doing the best he can. And every time I put up a wall, every time I say, nope, I don't need you. Nope, you can't love me. Nope, I'll put 1 foot out the door. Nope, I'll take my kids, and let me be crystal clear. They are my kids. I will take my kids and go, every time I do that, I am interfering with that man's calling to love me the way God has called him to love me. I am making it impossible for him to do his job, period. That would be like if Michael was a bus driver and I kept standing in front of the bus. Can't do your job. So it does not work. Hyper-independence does not work. We have got to open ourselves up to letting people love us, to letting people help us, to letting people show up for us. And if they fail us, that's okay, because not everyone will. Not everyone will come down the stairs in a body bag. Okay? Not everybody will die on us. Not everybody will leave us. Not everybody will disappoint us or hurt us or betray us. Most people will not. And it is a trauma response. So how are you letting the fellowship in your life work for you? Are you blocking your blessings? Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate you. Because if you are blocking the blessings in your life, then you really cannot fault the people around you. You know, so listen to me. My hyper independence stands to inspire people at times. They go, Jamie's so strong. She's so tough. She doesn't need anybody. Y'all, that's not serving me. I am a woman in a marriage. I am a mother of 3 children. I am an aunt. I am a best friend. I am a cousin. I am a, I guess a daughter. You know what I'm saying? I am a goddaughter. I am a sister-in-law. I cannot allow the people in my life to use me the way God has called them to use me if I continue to get in my own way and get in their way. People want to friend me. They want to love me. They want to pour in for me. They want to show up for me. And every single time I take the approach like, I don't need you. I don't need this shit. I will dead this right here. I'm out. I am interfering with their calling. And in turn, I am damaging their ability to hear God's call. And who am I to do that to somebody who is desperately trying to hear God's call? Like, I want to be a better niece. I want to be a better cousin. I want to be a better sister. I want to be a better daughter. I want to be a better friend. But the people around me keep blocking that calling, and I can't hear it because they won't let me help them and they won't let me get close to them. And this whole thing feels convoluted. And at the very fabric of who we are, whether you believe in God or not, we are called to love one another. Now, so if you don't believe in God and you're listening to this going, okay, I'm trying to find what's for me right now, but I don't like all the God talk, let me break it down for you. Okay? There are people who are fulfilled by loving others. Their love language is acts of service. They want to pour into you. They want to show up for you. And you are not allowing them to love you the way they know how to love, because your hyper independence is getting in the way of that by making people feel like you don't need anybody. That does not work. So if you don't believe in God and you're like, okay, break it down for me, but take out the God, no problem. That's exactly what it is. You are hurting the people who want to love you if you are not allowing them to love you the best way they know how. Hyper-independence is a trauma response. You have been emotionally abandoned at some point in your life and you have decided you don't need a fucking soul. Well, guess what? That is not how we were created. That is not why we were created. We are doing a disservice to ourselves. It is a trauma response that lies to us and tells us we are protecting ourselves. We are not. So I have worked very hard not to say, when I feel that trauma response, when Michael hurts me, the very second I feel inconvenienced by that man, I'm like, I don't even need this shit. You could have the whole house. I'll take my kids, keep your money. I don't need you. And all of a sudden, I find myself going, okay, relax. Relax. Okay? This is the little girl in you who can't get over the fact that you were dealt a shitty hand. This man is not responsible for your bad relationship with your mother or the death of your father. So stop taking it out on this dude, because he's just trying to love you and he's not perfect, and neither are you, Jamie. Wake up call. What? I'm not? No, sis, you're not. And this, I hope, at the very least, will give you something to think about. How are you allowing yourself to love and be loved? And in what ways are you stopping and blocking people from fulfilling their own calling? By the way, drink. If you have ever said to your spouse, those are my children. Period. Listen, if you are the kind of person who has never said, those are my children, I don't know, you're a special breed, because I say that shit all the time. Well, I'm getting a lot better now. I'm getting a lot better. But they are my children. I told him, like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but you would have to take a paternity test. If we decided to separate, I would be like, I don't even know if they're yours. I don't care that they look like you. I'll still put you through the ringer. I know they're mine. And he's like, you are sick. And that's the thing. I am. I am sick and I am broken and I am damaged. And he's not lying when he says you are sick. I am mentally unwell because I have emotional trauma that lies to me. It's sad. I do too, Gracie. I'm always like, well, I'll never keep you from your kids, but you're going to have to take a paternity test first. Meanwhile, they look just like him, but whatever. All right. I love you guys very much. I have to go to the dentist today. Why be ugly? Lisa, I don't know, girl. I'm damaged. This is why we're here. We're getting over it. I'm so much better now. I don't say this stuff now. I just used to say it. So the goal for 2022 is to allow yourself to be loved the way people in your life want to love you. That is the goal. Let people in your life love you the way they are called to love you. I don't know that we can get past it, Nicole. I'm not going to get past my trauma, but I do have to get honest with myself about the trauma. I do have to get honest about it when I feel it coming up and it lies to me like, oh, I'm here to protect you. Like, no, you're not. Sit down. You're here to isolate me. You're here to keep me alone. Being alone is not protection. That's a lie. We are social creatures. We are animals. We are pack animals. Literally, we are dogs. We are dogs. There's an alpha, there's an omega, and then there's a bunch of kids who better do what I say. We are puppies. We are dogs, period. Social pack animals who are meant to be loved. And when we say we don't need anybody, I can do it all by myself. No, you can't. No, you can't. You may have found family. You may have left your biological family, but you have friends, you have a school, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? We are pack social dogs, okay? And I am a very fancy poodle, okay? Anyway, I love you guys very much. Very much. Paula goes, don't go yet. Oh, I love you, baby girl. But I have to go because I have to go to the dentist, which I've been avoiding, and I've already rescheduled twice because I hate the dentist. But I have to go get my teeth cleaned, y'all, because I said I was going to do it before the new year. You're right, I am a Doberman. That is true. I love you very much. Share this video, tag someone, whatever you need to do. I love you and have a great, great day.